Hi everyone. So I received a ugly comment and I kind of wanted to address it. So I was accused of lying and being paid by companies to do all of these hauls, and I kind of just wanted to talk about it for a moment. I do not get paid by any company. I have not received a paycheck from any company. If I receive items, which I do get items from companies, they ask if they can work with me, if they can send me items, and I'll do a review and share with you guys some videos, and then they do give me a coupon code to share with you guys, but I don't get a commission from that. I think that's just their way of tracking if people are actually, watching my videos and going to their site. And, I think that kind of determines whether they want to continue to work with me or not. But I am not getting a paycheck from any of these companies. And even like so she was accusing me of working with like the bigger companies like Hobby Lobby, Joann's, and Michael's. And I don't work with any of them either. Everything that I show that I say, like that I've hauled from like those stores, I've paid for out of my own pocket. Anything that's sent to me, I always say, this company, reached out to me and wanted to work with me and they sent me these items. It's also in this description box on my videos that I'll say, thank you to so-and-so for sending me these items to review and use. So I always say if it was sent to me. Now, for the stuff from like these big box stores that I haul stuff from, I'm paying for that. That is coming out of my own pocket. Just like, everybody works for what they want. I do the same thing. I love to craft. It's my happy place. It helps me stay sane. It's my me time. So I just wanted to get that out there. I am always truthful. I pride myself on being truthful with you guys. You guys are like family to me. I appreciate you guys so much. Like, I've been super high stress with what's going on, in my personal life. And so many of you have been there and been so amazing and supportive. And I really appreciate, all of you that have reached out to me. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of get that out there that no, I do not lie on my channel. I do not lie in real life because I don't condone that. And if you guys ever have a question, just ask me. That's all you have to do is just ask me. I have no problem being transparent with you guys and telling you guys what is going on. But yeah, that is kind of like, it hurt my feelings to be told that I lie to you guys when that is not the case at all. So like these 2 strands right here, these were sent to me in that video. I say that they were sent to me. These came from BeeBeeCrafts. And okay, so one thing about, you do YouTube videos and you do get sent free stuff. But you still need to think that I'm still putting in my own money into these items. So, like, I received these 2 strands. Yes, they were sent to me. But I still need to use head pins, which is right here, to go ahead and make them into a charm. I still need to use, some kind of chain if I'm going to make them into a dangle. I paid for this myself. And then I'm still going to need jump rings to now attach the head pin to that chain, which I would have to pay for myself. These beads that have like a larger hole where the head pins fall through, I need to add a little spacer bead, or I add sequins to them. Like these sequins I'm going to be using, I paid for these myself. So yes, I do get sent items, but I still put my own money into these projects that I am sharing with you guys. Even when I get sent the little diamond paintings that I share with you guys, I still seal them, and I seal them with glossy accents, which I have to pay for myself. So even though I'm getting sent items, I'm still investing my own money into them as well. So, it's great to be sent items, but you're still going to be putting your own money into it. So you have to factor that in also. Like, okay, you're going to send me these items, but I still need to put money into using these items, which is in turn going to take away from my craft budget for other things that I would like to buy. So I have to remember that and factor that in as well. So I just kind of wanted to put it out there, if you guys ever have any questions, just ask me. Don't, leave me a nasty comment, and don't accuse me of anything, especially when it's not true. It is hurtful, so that's enough with that. I'm going to talk about my dad. He went into surgery on Sunday. I took him into the emergency room on Friday. So, oh my gosh. Okay, so I want to share one thing that I learned about Disney. Has been changing their stuff around since they reopened. And you guys know that I love Disney. I love Disneyland. But their policies have changed a lot since reopening from COVID. So I did not realize that you had to cancel within 5 days. 5 days before, you needed to cancel your reservation. So when he went into the emergency on Friday, I called on Saturday and told him, we're supposed to be heading out there. We have a hotel reservation and we're not going to be able to make it because my dad is in the hospital. And they're like, well, you can't cancel or you're going to be charged because it's under, 5 days. And I was just like, oh my gosh, that's crazy, right? Because the Disneyland Hotel is a very, very expensive to be staying at. So in the end, it's all about your wording and your verbiage is what I learned. So I shouldn't have said that I wanted to cancel. I just needed to reschedule. So with rescheduling, that was perfectly fine. We didn't have to pay a fee. We didn't have to pay for the full stay. They went ahead and rescheduled us, no problem. So I went ahead and I did that. And then, like I said, my dad had surgery on Sunday, which again was a complete nightmare because of COVID. We cannot be at the hospital. So the last time I talked to him was at 10 a.m. on Sunday. His surgery started at 11 a.m. And then that went on for 4.5 hours, which is longer than what they had told us it was going to be. And then he was in recovery for over 6 hours. So for all that time, I was not able to talk to him, nor was anybody else. And I just had to be calling the nurse's station and checking to see what was going on. Well, apparently in recovery, his blood pressure was very low. It was all under 100. So they had to keep him there. They had to go ahead and try to raise his blood pressure. Because his blood pressure was so low, they couldn't give him any pain medication. So it was just a whole nightmare. So by the time I got to talk to him was almost midnight on Sunday. So then come Monday, his blood pressure is still really low, but he now has a fever. So again, they weren't giving him any pain medication because they were afraid that the pain medication would lower his blood pressure. So that was on Monday. And then come Tuesday, he still had the fever and he still had the low blood pressure. And they did a chest x-ray because they were afraid that he was going to have an pneumonia, but he didn't. So that was good. So what else? Oh, and on Tuesday, they had to give him a couple units of blood because his body was not reproducing what he had lost during surgery. So they were concerned with that also. So yesterday was Wednesday, and on Wednesday he didn't have a fever and he seemed to be doing a lot better. So they had him get up and walk in his room, and he started bleeding from his surgery site. So then they immediately called the doctor in for that and had him checked out. But they said that it was fine and okay. So they kept him yesterday, and then today is now Thursday, and they are talking about that he can possibly go home later tonight. So he just needs all of his doctors to go in and check on him, and he might be able to go home today. So we are still just playing the waiting game to see what happens. Today his blood pressure it's not perfect, but it's better. It's close to the normal range, so that's good. And he doesn't have a fever. He didn't have one yesterday or today, so that's really good. but he's coming home with a bunch of medication, and he is going to be off for about 6 weeks. So now I have to do all the paperwork for him to make sure that, he can keep his job, which is really, really stressful because he's had the same job since he was 17 years old. So I can't imagine having to explain to my father that I messed up his paperwork and he no longer has a job. Like, oh my gosh, that would be horrible. I can't even imagine. So I need to definitely stay on top of all of that. He does work for a union, so I have to call the union, make sure all his union dues are paid. Since he's going to be out, he's not going to be getting a paycheck, so I have to make all the arrangements to pay for his insurance so he doesn't lose his insurance. So yeah, all of that paperwork stuff and good fun stuff is going to go ahead and follow me to take care of. So they're supposed to start getting me paperwork today that I could go ahead and start submitting all of that. So that's pretty much where we are at right now. I want to thank all of you guys for your messages and your comments and your emails and all of your prayers. You guys have been amazingly supportive with all of this, which I really, really needed right now. It's been high stress. It's been high stress around here. So I just want to thank you guys for your support. And going back to earlier, like I said, just, if you ever want to know something, just ask me. I have no problem, telling you guys things. And, I want us to be like a little family here. So that's pretty much it for today. That is our little update. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Things are looking brighter over here. So hopefully we will be back to normal life over here as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys are having a beautiful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.